Hey, 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 boom, boom, hey, boom, hey, boom, 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 hey, boom, hey, boom, 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 hey.
I didn't even think. I didn't even have a business plan. A tea parlor? Yeah, I'm gonna have a tea parlor. That's the truth. That's what I did. Didn't have the sense. I just died. Said I was gonna have a tea parlor. I don't know, something about the house. People feel at home. They'll tell you, "Oh, seem like I've been here before." And Effie was the last one to be here. And her and her husband willed it to me in 1988. And I'm so glad that I was able to keep it because it's so much history. It is so much, it's even more with the people that first had it built.
The house was built in 1907, and it was built for a woman whose name was Annabelle Clark and her sister, Effie Ellen Clark. And those two women were spinsters, and they were sisters of William Andrews Clark, who was this famous senator from Montana who made millions and millions off of copper mining and railroads.
I always tell my customers God and a vision, because I had no help, nobody. Everybody called me stupid, old. Why don't I go somewhere and sit down? And and I kept working. And I like tea. My grandmother started me with tea when I was a little girl. And this is the hot water. And this stays on 24 hours a day. This room is dedicated to my mom. And this is my mother, Geneva Johnson Porter. And these are some articles. This was from the Los Angeles Sentinel, LA Watts Times. Dr. King's daughter visited. I didn't forget what year, but it was during Black History Month. It was about 100 people that was here, politicians and stuff. And I ran out of tea cake, so I remembered I had some old bread, and so I made bread pudding, and they still bugging me about bread pudding. That's Effie. That's the one that left me the property. That's Lady Effie. And this is Bertha's room. This is the youngest sister. We lost her in February. And this is her and her family. That's Aunt Bertha. And this was her husband, Uncle Ernest. He was in Vietnam. This is my grandmother. This is Delina Johnson. She lived to be 104. This is, all these pictures is of her. That's who raised me. She made me the way I am. What 8 can sit in here. The whole place is a tea room. This is Aunt Effie and Uncle James' original room. This was the large bedroom. And that 10, 11 can sit in here. A lot of investors, groups, and book clubs like this room. But these are pictures. That's Uncle James. They were married 57 years.
The whole point of this place is to really experience a different kind of tea venue. I mean, most tea places that I read about in magazines or have seen are very, either very zen or they're very strict and rigid in terms of like the British style of high tea. And this is sort of in between. It's a beautiful place, but it's a little bit more relaxing. And even though we do have a dress code, I think people realize that once they come here, it's a special environment. The whole place is in honor of her family and her history. So once they know that, they can appreciate it as well. It's a special place to be.
One lady, it's been several months, and she had been coming here for a while. I haven't seen her since she moved, and her mother left her house. She said, I'm getting rid of that old thing. I'm going to the valley where I can have me a new house. But see, I'm different. Like I say, I'm 64 years old, and my grandmother raised me. And all of this old stuff I love, what most people like modern stuff. So I'm just one of these people that like antiques, like the old stuff. I love it. And you're supposed to preserve it.